right, so I'm moving the transmission over so I can try to get it up in the Mustang. So yeah, this table I've been using works great for moving heavy things. It's adjustable, goes up and down. Now I can pick it up on the picker and put it on the transmission jack and hopefully get it underneath the Mustang. These are a little heavier than I thought, so gotta use your brain, not your back when you're as old as me. All right, guys, so we're gonna try to pick this up with a cherry picker and put it on the transmission jack that's over there. Izzy, the boss set, just got home from school. Say hi, Iz.
Hi.
So let's take a peek at this. So here's how I go ahead and pick things up. I use the table to move things because things are heavy and I ain't lifting stuff that's heavy. I got this chain that I put around the front input shaft and around the body of the transmission. And let's go and get ready to pick this up. Sorry about this table, that's a mess. It goes along with all the parts from the Cougar, which I haven't touched yet. Hopefully that gets taken care of. Go ahead and pick it up. Yeah, pump it up. Let's go up slow. I don't want this thing falling out. Yep, go ahead. Yep. Pump it, hit it. Yep, a little bit faster. Yeah, there you go. Nice, look at that. Hopefully it doesn't tip one way or the other. I kind of did it balanced. So you pick this up, and then I'm going to roll this table back. That's probably good. How's school today? Good?
Yeah.
Any issues?
Nope.
How are your grades?
All good.
Yeah? Any A's?
Always.
Nice! That's what I'm talking about. Because this is the time that you do what you can to do well in school, get all the concepts down. Now listen, we're going to have you lower this down. I need my glasses.
How do you lower it?
That little lever, but the problem is if you go too quick, that thing will drop like a lead balloon. So watch. You push it down to go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? Only a little bit. If I tell you to stop, pull it back up. All right? All right, go ahead and go down. Easy now. Jesus. Slow down. Pick it up. Stop. Go easy. We're working with heavy stuff. I don't want to break my arms. Smash my fingers. Go ahead and go slow. Yep. Okay, hang on. I don't know how that's going to go up there, but we're right, guys. Pick it up a little bit. Go, pump it up fast. Yep, go ahead. Okay. Back down. Slow. It's kind of slow. Alright, so let it down a little bit more. It's on there, should be okay. Yep. Whenever you're letting something down, take your time. Rather too slow than drop like a rock and good. So, that's pretty stable. And I'm going to chain it to that. And really it's just only got to get up there to mock it up. So, and I think the handle will go right up through the floor because there's a wide opening from the previous Jericho. All right, here's what we're going to do. Lift this back up. So slide that out of there a little bit. Slide that back towards the door. Yep. And then what we're going to do, let's take this off. Watch your feet. Whenever you're working around something, you pay attention. This thing could fall off. I don't care what it looks like on there. I was telling the guys, what we're talking about when you're doing stuff, you want to do it smart. Don't use your back. All you need is a herniated disc and it'll never be the same. So use your legs to lift and then use a table or a cherry picker. That's how you got to do it. All right, so Izzy helped me get this on the transmission jack. pretty stable. I mean, I'm moving it quite a bit, and I don't think it's going to fall out of there. We always worry about that. So that little safety chain, which isn't much, but I guess it's enough. It'll work on there. So go ahead and let's just, that works nice. Jack that thing up. There you go. So that should be enough to get up in there and put this up. Keep going, I want to see how high it goes. So I got this transmission jack from Harbor Freight. I had one before when I tried to put the Cougar's transmission in, and it was a cheaper one, and it was pretty lame. This thing at least can swivel back and forth to lean it back and forth, fore and aft. Nice. Good. That's on there pretty good. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, it ain't going nowhere. So I think I can get that up there with the shifter on it, because the floor has a big hole cut in it from where the previous transmission was. And I'll try to get that up there tonight. What do you think, Iz?
I think that sounds good.
You think you're gonna help me put that up in there?
Sure.
All right. There's no clutch in there, so it's really just going through the throwout bearing and just line it up with the 4 holes on the bell housing just to see how it fits, and then I can start putting the headers on and see how they're gonna work out. Because that's my main issue. I wanna know what headers I'm gonna be using and how it's gonna go together. So that's it. Stay tuned for part whatever it's gonna be. All right, so let's bring this over. So I'm gonna hold this and guide this. You push that handle in the jack, ready? Push. It's gonna drop, so let it go. Yeah, I don't know, that handle's gonna be an issue. We might have to take that linkage out. Yeah, in my head I thought, oh yeah, it'll fit right underneath there. And it probably would if I didn't have it on a jack, but we can pop this off. All right, guys, well, obviously this won't fit with the shifter in, so I started taking the shifter apart, and if I can get this thing to come down and come off it. Never really worked on a manual transmission, or at least a shifter, but it wasn't too bad. A couple bolts. I don't really want to mess around with it. I just want to be able to get it underneath the car, jack it up, bolt it in, and then just mock everything up. Start with the headers. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Not bad. I'm telling you, this Pittsburgh transmission jack is key. No doubt about that. I moved the camera down so we can get our look underneath. Somehow I think the shifter's going to be a bothersome. I should have just took out all these linkage. But let's just see what happens. Oops. I can only imagine what this is like with a clutch in there. And this is when a lift would sure be nice. One day I'll get one. All right, guys. So I started working on the top loader, putting that in, and I had the linkage on there. You can see that in the video. And I tried fighting that thing. There's just no way. It's easier just to unbolt the rods and take it off. It was just too much work, you know. And this rod here, I looked at that thing. Look at that thing. So that's a piece of threaded rod for reverse. So if I use this shifter, obviously I'm going to get some nice shifting linkage, probably those nice rod end type stuff. All right, guys, so kind of let me show you where we're at. I don't know if you can see underneath there, but I got this on. Let me lower this down. I should be able to lower this down. Yeah. So we'll take a peek. I haven't put the transmission mount in, and the bell housing is held up by the floor jack, but let me get it underneath here and we'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so there it is. That's the blow-proof McLeod bell housing. I ended up taking the clutch fork out because there's just too much monkeying around, but it does go up in there. So hopefully we'll see how it all bolts up and check the linkage and see how that goes on, and I can start putting the headers on and see how they are. Now, one thing I had to do, because I kept fighting it and I couldn't get it to line up, so I actually made a cardboard template of the transmission so I could match it up with the bell housing, because you know what I never did was check to see if it would bolt up before I even put it on the engine and put it in. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't fit, but it does. All right, guys, I got the transmission in, and the linkage is kind of where it's supposed to be from what I see and what I have to work with. So obviously I showed in the video I have to change a couple things, but it fits up there pretty well. Kind of give you a better view of it. Now this is the transmission mount that came with the car. I don't know if that's correct as far as a top loader goes. The mount's not right because I can see where it mounts up to here. So there must be a different mount for this that I'll have to do some research on. Mrs. DragBoss actually did the shifting rods and got them up there enough so we can mock it up when I put the headers on. So I'm not really worried about that. I just want to see how this goes together. Then you can see the shifter up there, the Mr. Gasket Inline shifter. This was already cut out for the Jerico 4-speed before. I'll show you up top and you can get a better idea what it looks like. But it fits in there pretty good. It works, but I found an issue. Let me show you what it is. There you can see how the shifter is, how it's mounted. That's another one that I have. This is the Hurst ramrod, and that's the Mr. Gasket V Gate. So, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's a little close to the dash going in first. It goes, but it's close. So obviously that can't be. So I don't know if that can be moved on the bracket. I don't know anything about 4-speeds, but I guess I'm going to learn. I think really all I got to do is move it back about an inch and it'd be okay. Or I try this. You know, people say they don't work well unless they're adjusted perfect. It may come down to just, this is a pain in the butt to do, and I'm just going to put the stock Competition Plus back in. Now there's a plate here that covers all this that Eric had made, who I got the car from. But I did have to trim it a little bit here, like an inch, not even. But yeah, that kind of bothers me because there's no way you can drive it with it hitting the dash like that. But any suggestions, let me know. But it looks good. Clutch pedal's there where it's supposed to be. All right, guys, there you go for this episode. Hope you guys enjoy kind of following along with this journey of building this car up, learning the trials and tribulations of putting in a 4-speed, everything that goes along with that process. It's a learning experience for me, and you're watching the car get built, so hopefully we can get it done by spring. That'd be nice. So stay tuned, because you never know what you're going to see or learn on DragBoss Garage. Don't forget to like and share, guys.